Welcome to our 8th session of the Coconut Princess Challenge. So, our session is titled Syllogism. First, let us define what is syllogism. Syllogism, it is a form of logical reasoning where a conclusion is drawn from two given assumed proposition or premise. Okay, so the conclusion must follow logically from the premise or else the argument is invalid. So syllogism reasoning, so it is from general to simple or general to specific and were first formalized by Aristotle. So this is the structure of a syllogism. So it has three parts. So the first one is the major premise, or it is the first general statement. Next is the minor premise, which is the second, and it is more specific statement. And lastly, we have the conclusion, which is it must. For example, major premise is all humans are mortal. Our minor premise is Socrates is a human. Therefore, our conclusion is therefore Socrates is mortal. Okay? So in this example, if both premises are true, the conclusion logically follows. So if this is true, okay, so if those both are true, this is valid. So we have different types of syllogism. The first one is categorical syllogism. From the word itself, it deals with statement and category. As an example, all birds have feathers. The minor premise is a sparrow is a bird. So therefore, our conclusion is a sparrow has feathers. Next, we have the second one, the type of syllogism, conditional or hypothetical syllogism. And it is uses, just like in the proposition logic, it uses if-then statement. Example, the major premise, if it rains, then the ground will be wet. The minor premise, it is raining. And our conclusion, therefore, the ground will be wet. For number three, disjunctive or either and or. So again, for disjunctive, we use or. So for the major premise, either I will study or I will fail the test. So for the minor premise, I did not fail the test. So therefore, I studied. So again, the three types of syllogisms are categorical. We have also conditional syllogism or hypothetical syllogism and disjunctive syllogism. Now, not all syllogisms are valid. For a syllogisms to be valid, as I said earlier, it must be followed logically from the premises. So here are the common patterns of valid and invalid syllogism. The first one is then Q. So if P is true, therefore Q is also true. Okay? Second one, in valid form, affirming the consequent. So if P, then Q. So if Q is true, therefore P is true. However, this is a logical fallacy because Q could be true for a different reason. For example, if I review, I will pass that test. Okay? Which is Q is true, I'll pass the test. However, we cannot conclude that P is true, that he or she reviewed. Okay? Maybe there are other reasons. Maybe he or she cheated during the test. So that's why he or she passed the exam. Next, valid form modus tollens, or you are denying the consequent. If P, then Q, and if Q is false, therefore your P must be false also. Okay, so here are some examples of a valid categorical syllogism. Major premise, all mammals are warm-blooded. Minor premise, a whale is a mammal. So therefore, a whale is warm-blooded. So it is a categorical syllogism. Another examples is all dogs are mammals. Okay, then all dogs are mammals. Okay, a chihuahua, or rather a pit bull, is a dog. Okay. Therefore, okay. Next, it is an invalid syllogism that is fallacy of the undistributed middle. For example, all cats are mammals and all dogs are mammals also, which are both true. However, if we can conclude that, therefore all cats are dogs, and that is not true. So in this case, the middle or the minor premise is undistributed. So practice problems determine if the syllogism is valid. So all flowers need sunlight. Minor premise, roses need sunlight. And the conclusion, therefore, roses are flowers. So this is true. So this is a valid syllogism. Okay. Okay. Next, number two, complete the syllogism with a valid conclusion. Major premise, all books in the library are educational. Minor premise, The Great Gatsby is a book in the library. So therefore, our conclusion would be, therefore, The Great Gatsby book. Great, okay, therefore, The Great is educational. Okay, The Great Gatsby book is educational. Next, so what type of syllogism is this? From the word, if it's sunny, we will go to the park. So it's sunny, therefore we will be going to the park, or we will go to the park. So this is a, okay, because it uses if then, or it has a condition. Okay, so some of the application of syllogism are it used for logic and philosophy, for mathematics and computer science, and also for everyday reasoning. So to sum up, syllogism structure, it is composed of three. You have the major premise, minor premise, and also the conclusion. The different types of syllogisms are categorical, conditional, and disjunctive. The validity, in order for a syllogism to be valid, it must be logically follows the premises. And you can apply this in various disciplines such as, again, in logical mathematics. No? It helps also in structured reasoning and decision making. So that would be all for our session, syllogism. Thank you for listening.